All right, everybody. Sometimes I'm so smart. Sometimes I'm so smart that I'm dumb. All right, so you guys can see me now, right? I think I started the wrong webinar. I got a couple of webinars that I'm doing, and I actually started the wrong one up. So let's see. I got Nicole, Destiny, Chanel, Nicole. I think Mel was on. Okay, you guys should see me now. You guys should see me now. Let's see here. All right, I'm typing in the thing now just to make sure. I think Nicole's saying yes that you can see me. Let's see if I got anything. Body tapping in the chat. Man, I was saying some good stuff too. Oh my God, I was saying some good stuff. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Sometimes that's what happens with technology. You get a little snafus. Thanks for Monica. She says she could see me. Chanel, she says she could see me. I got a whoop whoop. All right, so let's jump right into this thing, y'all. I was talking for like 10 strong minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and get back into it, all right? Good. Now, the topic today is 6 absolute keys to being consistent. All right, 6 absolute keys to being consistent. And absolute means like that's it. It's like a principle. It can't be divided. It's the truth. So using these 6 keys will help you stay more consistent. Man, I really was saying some really good stuff about 10 minutes, but I'm going to go over it again. Okay. I'm going to go over it again so that everybody gets the full benefit of of the whole course. All right. So now I got about 40 minutes to give y'all some nuggets real quick. So let's go ahead and work through it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and let you guys, so you guys can see where I was. Hey there, Mel. All right, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and get this screen shared so we can keep it rocking and rolling. Y'all can enjoy this beautiful Saturday. I hope it's beautiful where you guys are. It's beautiful where I am. Okay, let's rock and roll. And you see I have on the screen the 6 absolute keys to being consistent. And consistency plays a big part in what we do here in our network marketing business or any business that you're going to deal with. You have to be consistent. All right. And you got to get to the point to where you are experiencing consistency in pretty much every aspect of your business and your life. So I was talking about vision, and the number one key to being consistent is your vision. Like, what vision do you have of yourself? You know, your vision of who do you want to become? You know, how do you want people to see you? And that's really tied into your self-image. Like, your vision is going to guide you. It'll start acting like a compass almost. And you'll know when you're not going in the right direction because you'll feel like you're being pulled away from your vision. All right. So you want to think about, like, what will your business become? You know, what would it look like in 5, 10, 15, even 20 years? You know, when you're having a long-term vision like that, you'll start looking at your day-to-day actions and start thinking like, okay, well, what I'm doing is not in alignment with my vision. And you can get to the point where you're actually feeling it. All right. You'll get to the point to where you're feeling how if you're off base. You know, I'll give you some examples real quick. And like I said, I had some really good stuff I was saying. And I'm glad I kept checking the chat to make sure you guys were seeing me. But I had some really good stuff I was saying. You know, I looked at, one of the things about me is my vision is to build my brand. You know, Carlton Lewis Incorporated is to build my brand. And one of the ways I brand myself is by my blog. And for the past month and a half, really, I haven't been consistent with my blogging. And, you know, I looked at it, all of that. And then so, you know, I just came to a realization that, you know, I wasn't moving in the direction of my vision. You know, I was doing stuff, but I wasn't in the direction of my vision. And therefore my business was suffering. So I had to go back to what, you know, to what I knew to be my foundation and my core, and that was me blogging. You know, one of my talents is writing, you know, and one of my gifts is communication. And so I use my talent and my gift together to help me realize my vision, you know. And you should do the same thing in your business. You know, look at, use your internal compass, your vision, to help you figure out which way to go. And if you start doing things on a consistent basis toward what your vision is, then you can't help but realize your vision. Okay. And a lot of people get confused with their vision being the same thing as their why. You know, we talk about our why. What is your why? You have to have a why that's really big. And a lot of people get confused with the vision and the why. The why, as some of us say, what hurts you, you know, what's your thing that, you know, that hurts you. And a lot of people make the why external, like they want to spend more time with their kids. They want to be self-employed. They want to be able to take vacations, things of that nature. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But all those things are external. Your vision comes from internal. Okay. That's something that you got to sit down and, you know, think about. And then, you know, you'll get clarity on your vision. The more you keep working towards your vision, the more you'll get clarity, and you'll know when you're not being consistent. Okay. So I hope that's making sense to everyone. And one of the things you can do, and we talked about this before, and you hear a lot of the top leaders talk about this, is use affirmations to create your visions. And I personally have affirmations in my phone. You know, I look at them in the morning. I look at them when I go to sleep, you know, for where I want to go in my life. And a couple of weekends ago, I think it was Damon Coleman, he was talking about the way he does his affirmations. He has an affirmation that says, I'm so happy and so grateful that successful people, successful business people, or successful entrepreneurs follow me everywhere I go and join my business. You know, that's powerful. He puts so happy and so grateful in it, and that changes the whole energy. So if you have a trouble like coming up with your vision, here's one that you can use. And I hope you guys got pencil and paper, all right? Because we're about to jump off into some stuff. It's, I'm so happy and so grateful I've perfected my vision. Gonna say that again. I'm so happy and so grateful I've perfected my vision. And what your vision should do, you know, the pain that you're going through, like your why, that's like more attached to your why is more attached to your pain. You know, your pain should push you until your vision can pull you. Gonna say that again. Your pain should push you until your vision can pull you. Okay, so you always want to be moving towards your vision. You guys hear me talking about settling for less than your focus. All right, and that's so true. Never settle for less than your focus. All right, so a couple of other things on affirmations real quick. And I just heard, you know, I heard Ray talking about this, Ray Higdon. He talked about taking the pictures. So we got our smartphones, right? You know, a lot of people got vision boards. I have like a vision board screensaver on my laptop. I even have it on my cell phone, that same one. But you can also, like in your gallery on your phone, just take pictures, you know, of the things that you want to experience. You know, so you want a car, whatever it is, you know what I mean? The things that you want, and put an affirmation in the picture. You can do all this editing with your phone. Take the picture and look at that picture every day, you know, on a consistent basis. No, not every day, I'm sorry. Every day and every night. How about that? All right, which is going to bring us to the next thing. But you doing this will help you get a clearer of vision to pull you, okay? Because see, the mind makes real things. Okay, the mind makes real things. It does. Everything that you see around you has been created twice, once in the mind and then second in manifestation. So I'm not gonna get too deep and heady on you guys today, but that's that's how it is. So let's go into number 2, which brings us to routine. Okay. The second absolute key to being consistent is having a routine. All right. And this is one that I have struggled with personally in the past, but when I'm on it, I'm on it. All right. And you'll hear people, top earners, saying, you know, you need to schedule things done. You need to look at your day and figure out when you can get things done. You know, you have to create a routine that works for you. You need to create a routine to where you're going to do the high output activities that are going to bring you the biggest bang for your time. And maybe about 4 weeks ago, we talked about the Google Calendar, you know, using something to help you keep track of your routine. And that ties into your day. So here's the rip, right? Check it out. We just talked about affirmations, right? We talked about affirmations. Your routine, your daily routine, or your daily method of operation. How about this? Let me put this down here. Daily method of operation. Your routine or your daily method of operation should start the night before. Okay, it should start when you're getting ready to go to sleep. You should go over your affirmations at night and let your subconscious be working on those at night. Okay, seriously, you know, the book the book Napoleon Hill wrote was called Think and Grow Rich, not Work Like a Slave and Grow Rich. Okay, so we gotta start using our subconscious mind. We got to start using our mind is a tool. We got to start using things like this. Okay, so Ray went over his daily method of operation, right? And for me, you know, like I said, I'm always tweaking and changing mine. Like I just started doing Uber in the morning, you know. So, but before I was doing Uber in the morning, I would get up and do a wake up call, my own personal wake up call, and I'd have a few people on it or whatnot. Some of you have been on that wake up call, but I stopped doing that and I started doing Uber, you know. And so I have to get into, you know, add that in to my schedule and everything else that I want to do. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to go to Ray's real quick, right? So he says he starts his affirmations the night before. And then he puts his phone in the airplane mode and he goes through his affirmations before bedtime. All right. He wakes up at 5 a.m. and he goes over the affirmations again. All right. And another good affirmation, I'm just looking at my notes here. He says he has on here, I am so happy and so grateful that money comes to me easily and frequently. Another one that I had in here is, I'm so happy and grateful that money comes to me in avalanches of abundance. Very powerful affirmations. So after he does that, he weighs himself. He does this at the same time every day. He even went into talking about how he washes his face, he brushes his teeth, he drinks 33 ounces of water with lemon, and he works out about 30 minutes. And then he's, you know, that's when he takes his phone out of airplane mode and starts checking his social media messages and things of that nature. But he's done all of this personal development stuff before he even starts dealing with, you know, his business. All right. Then he drinks more water. He drinks a shake, yada, yada, yada. He went into whatever was in the shake. But he also says in that routine, he just practices gratitude, you know, for giving things, whatever he's thankful for, you know, like, you know, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for, you know, my friends. I'm thankful for good health. You know, gratitude is very powerful. So he talks about having time, and then he adds gratitude in his routine. And that's a really powerful thing, to add gratitude into your routine. So After that, you know, he starts blogging, and then he does his email. He emails his list. So, and that's about as far as he went. But look at your day, like in our world, or in my world. I'll use me as an example again. In my world, you know, I get up and, you know, I have things scheduled in like the wake up and win call. I have things scheduled in like record a video. I have things scheduled in like meet 10 people a day on Instagram. I have things scheduled in like follow up with my direct messages on Instagram. I also have things scheduled in like blogging, you know, actually writing the blog, you know, and then I have things scheduled in like promoting the blog, because once it's written, it needs to be promoted. I have things scheduled in like commenting on links, you know. So having a routine, getting a consistent routine makes you consistent. Okay, so getting a routine makes you consistent. That's really, 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 really powerful. So let me know if you're getting some value out of this in the chat. I got my Facebook chat open on the phone since I can't see it in this in the webinar. So let's move on to number 3. And number three is really powerful, and it's called the alternative. Now this little piece about the alternative is going to shake some of you guys up. Okay, the alternative is, what's the alternative for not going through your routine, or not, you know, working on your or not working towards your vision? And it's great for short-term, you know, short-term results, because it's based on fear. And you want to ask yourself, like, what's the alternative if, you know, if I don't work on my business like I know I should work on my business? The alternative is I have to stay at my job longer. The alternative is I won't be able to spend as much quality time as I want with my family. The alternative is some bills won't get paid. You know what I mean? The alternative is, you know, I can lose my house. The alternative is, you know, my downline is going to quit on me if they don't see me being a leader. I hope you're getting this. You know, it's a short-term thing, but you should ask yourself, that will help you stay consistent. If you use just a little bit of fear, not to the point to where you're just afraid, but to the point to where you're like I got to get this done, because if I don't get this done, the result will be something that I don't want to experience. And I hope you guys are getting I hope that's making some sense to you guys. Marie said it kicked her out. Okay. Yes, Dr. AJ, there will be a replay. Just log back in, Marie, and try to refresh. It's going to be a replay, so you're good. So you always got to ask yourself, are you adding value, and are you growing? You know, are you adding value, and are you growing? Because at the end of the day, it's really about growth and contribution, man. It's really about growth and contribution. So the alternative is a really powerful thing. And when I learned that, I started, you know, thinking about, I would operate on this, like, what's the alternative for me not working my daily method of operation? And that meant I would suffer. Okay, I don't want to suffer. I want to thrive. I don't want to suffer. So let's go to number 4. Number 4 is 30. I don't know if you want to put that number sign up there. 30-day goals. All right. And, you know, we hear about writing an annual goal or a 90-day goal. A lot of us are doing this 90-day push, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, what Ray said, and which, you know, and I've also heard too, it's so funny because different people have conflicting ideas about goal setting, but I trust Ray. I'll put it that way. I trust what this gentleman says, and he says put 3 to 4 30-day goals on a little Post-it note. All right. and focus on those. He said you don't want to make the goals too big that they're unattainable. He said, but you do want to make them, you want to make them big, something that you can get to though. So you don't want to set it to make where it's unattainable. You just make it just, set the goal and take it down just a little notch so that you can see yourself moving toward that goal. And if you focus on that, like I have a Post-it note in my car. I keep a Post-it note on my computer right here that says get more people. So if I'm just sitting here, I just start thinking like, okay, well, I need to go meet some more people. You know what I mean? And because I understand that that's one of the keys to being successful in this business. So setting 30-day goals, it helps you get to those goals. Like if you haven't, give you another example, and this is in my life right here. I'm a blogger, right? So I've been blogging since 2000, really 2002. So I've been blogging for a long time. So I know how to blog. So to write a blog every day, for me, that's nothing. All right. But if you've never written a blog and you set a 30-day goal to write a blog every single day, then you're going to probably pretty much set yourself up for failure. Same thing if you're setting up a goal to make $5,000 in a week, and you've never made $1,000 in a week, then you're making the goal unattainable. So you want to make your goals to where you can get to them, and you can see yourself growing to them. So that's very important to set those 30-day goals. And like I said, it's even more important to put them up on a Post-it note somewhere where you can see it. I have it in my car, I have it in my room, I have things on my computer. But you just want to make sure that you see it, and then your brain will start, it'll grab onto it and it'll activate. Okay, and you'll start thinking about those goals. All right, so let's say cool. All right, Marie says she's back on. Awesome. All right, so let's go on right along to the next one. And I wanted to show you guys something as far as the routine is concerned. And I'll post one of these in the files at some point in the day. So give me just a second. Let me come out of this screen share. Come out of the screen share. Stop screen share. Okay. All right. So you guys can see me. I got the camera on. This right here, I'm going to show you guys is like a weekly point tracker. Okay. It's a weekly point tracker. And I don't know if I'm going to see if I can zoom it in so you can see some of the tasks. All right. So, you can use something like this to keep track of your business. All right. And whatever is tracked can be measured, and whatever is measured can be changed. So you're always tweaking your business. So if I'm not doing some of these things that's on my list, then that's a problem. Okay. It's a problem. And then each thing you get has a point value. See, each one has a little point value to it. All right. Each one has a point value. And at the end of the day, you total up your points. All right. So let's see, the day is the 9th. So if you had something like this, you would take it and make, what's it got? We got 30 days in April. So you would make 21 of those, 22, including the day. And you would just put them in a little folder and go through them. And then once again, see, this is how this works, right? This is what's so cool about it. I talked to you guys about vision and the routine. The stuff that's in here, that's on my list, if what I'm doing on a daily basis is not matching that, then I got a problem that I need to fix. Okay. So think about that. All businesses track themselves. You gotta, that's when you really turn into a business owner, when you can really track your results. Okay. So let's get back to the screen share. Okay. So let's go. All right, so we're back to the screen share. We talked about 30-day goals. Now we're going to talk about the Seinfeld strategy. Seinfeld strategy. All right. This is a true story. This is based on a true story, and a gentleman, you know, if you're not familiar with Jerry Seinfeld, I don't know what rock you've been under, but just come from Jerry Seinfeld, a comedian who was, you know, making like $140 million a year, some old stupid amount of money, to just tell jokes, basically, whether it be TV or stand-up. And a young budding comedian came up to him and he said, you know, how do you do it? You know, what's the key to success? And he talked about, you know, he said every day you want to get you want to get you a calendar. All right, get a calendar. We talked about the calendar before. All right, he said every day you want to get a calendar and you want to write jokes. Okay, and he said, well, you know, what's the guy said, well, what's the purpose of putting, you know, what's the purpose of the calendar? You know, I could just write jokes. You know, what's the purpose of the calendar? He said, what you want to do is put an X on every day that you wrote a joke. And that comes back to this tracking form I just showed you guys. Put an X on every day that you wrote, you know, wrote a joke or did something that was important to your business. All right, and then your goal should be like, if you look at the little X's on your calendar, you should be able to just make a chain all the way of X's. Okay, so that's the Seinfeld strategy, you know, and you need to identify what actions are important to you. Put them on your calendar and just make an X on them. If you don't have something like that, you can do like the little tracking sheet that I just showed you guys, the weekly tracker, and keep up with your results. I love the word results. You keep up with your results by doing that. Okay, that's very, 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 very powerful stuff. Okay, so the next thing is 6, and that's push through. All right, and he talked about a book called The War of Art, and in the book The War of Art, you know, the guy talked about resistance. You know, everybody's going to have some kind of resistance. Everybody, you know, no matter what it is that you're doing, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're an artist, it doesn't really matter. You're going to have some kind of resistance. You're not going to feel like you want to do some certain things, certain day. You're not going to want to comment on posts. You're not going to want to make a post. You're not going to want to do a blog like I do blogging. You're not going to want to talk to people on the phone. But what you're going to have to do is push through. All right, and just do it anyway. No matter what it is, you got to push through and do it anyway. So that ties into one of our slogans, which is finances over feelings. You got to subjugate your feelings. You got to down your feelings to focus on your business. All right, and you know, all entrepreneurs are going to experience this. All of them. Some of my top mentors even have shared, you know, their stories of resistance that they've gone through, but they went ahead and pushed through it anyway, and big things happen. Okay, and 2 words, and I want you to write these 2 words down. First one is until. All right, so you're gonna push through until you get to whatever you're trying to get through. And the second one is despite. Despite. Okay, I'm going to do it XYZ despite of what's going on, despite how I feel, despite the fact that I have a full-time job. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. Maybe I'll make some calls during my lunch break. Maybe I'll make some calls while I'm driving in the car. It doesn't matter. I'm going to figure whatever it is I need to do despite what's going on. All right. And one last thing he said, and and you've probably heard this before, is you may have a breakdown before you experience a breakthrough. I'm gonna say that again. You may have a breakdown before you experience a breakthrough. So you always want to just be pushing through, pushing through, pushing through. Okay. So I hope you got some value out of these 6 absolute keys to being consistent. This thing is going to be recorded. And what I want to talk to you guys about right now is 0-level marketing. So I'm just going to wipe this off the board. Boop, it's gone. And we're going to talk about 0-level marketing real quick, okay? And what is 0-level marketing? And I learned this from another one of my mentors, Zero Level Marketing. And what this means is, like, you're gonna have some days like yesterday, right? I had a day I was on fire, right? I went, I did my blog post, you know, I had embedded, I had everything good, everything was rolling. I promoted the blog post, I sent my email out to my list, I met the 10 people online, you know, so I did all the different things that I was doing, you know, I commented on links, you know, I did everything and then some, you know what I mean? So I was rolling yesterday. But that, sometimes you'll have these days like these Superman days. We're just getting so much done, everything accomplished. You're like, yeah, I'm the man. And then the next day, you don't do nothing. The next day, you get absolutely nothing done. So, and you can't really operate a business like that, right? You can't go from being on 100 to being on 0 the next day. You can't do that. So what you want to do is, you know, move your 0 level up just a little bit. So 0 in most people's minds is just doing nothing. Oh, I didn't do anything today, you know, but you want to move that up till you get a minimum done to whatever minimum level it is that you need to do in order for your business to survive. Okay. So when you find yourself having those astronomical days where you're getting so much done, that's cool. That's awesome. That's great. But you can't really be consistent like that. Most of the time, you can't be consistent at having those phenomenal days like that. So what you want to do is set your 0 level. So instead of doing nothing as a 0 level, you want to raise it up just a little bit to where you make sure you're getting the most important income producing activities done to make sure that your business survives. Okay. And I hope that's making sense to you guys out there. You want to do the things that are going to make sure your business survives. In my personal world, okay, and I had to go back once again, I had to look at my vision, and the thing that has helped me was to do this, right? Create one piece of content, just one piece of content. That could be a video, a Facebook post, Instagram post, what else? A tweet, you know what I mean? It could be a Snapchat, anything, just one piece of content every single day. All right, just create the one piece of content every day. Number 2, meet 10 people every day. This is 0 level marketing, right? And this really doesn't take a long time to do, especially like doing stuff on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, you can meet 10 people in an hour. Seriously. You know, you can go follow 10 people, you know, and find on Instagram. I did it yesterday. I was at my job and I met 10 people online. You know, I went to their, I did the hashtag, searched them, looked at their profile, liked some of their pictures, commented on at least one picture, like I trained you guys in the Instagram training, and click the follow button. Okay. Took an hour, and it probably wouldn't have took even that much long. It wouldn't have took that long, but I was at work, so I had to answer phones and things of that nature too. All right. So that's something else. That's how mine is set up. All right. Now yours may be set up a little different, but this is the 0 level marketing for me. Okay. Email my list. Okay. This is me communicating with my list, always contacting with my list. That one piece of content I created, I can share that with my list. The 10 people I meet, my goal for those 10 people is to get them on my list. Okay, and once I got the 10 people on my list, I can continue to market to them. So this thing works in a cycle. So if I'm doing this minimum thing, this whole thing where you create a piece of content, depending on what it is, meet 10 people and email your list, really, you can get all of that done in an hour or 2. Seriously. So if you're having a day where you're not feeling well, or something's going on in your family or whatever, and it's taking a whole lot of energy away from you, have you a 0-level marketing system to where you make sure you get things done and your business is profitable. All right. So anybody got any questions on that? I'm available to listen. So I'm going to come out of the this real quick. Stop screen sharing. All right, and I'm in the comments group. If anybody else have any questions about 0-level marketing or the 6 absolute keys to being consistent, throw them out there. I don't have a problem answering questions, but I swear, if you get to the point to where you get you a 0-level marketing system going, you'll always be profitable in your business. And if you combine that with the 6 absolute keys to consistency, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, man. And you know, we have to get into the mindset of, you know, we are a business. You know what I mean? Not just TLC. Yeah, we're reps of TLC. We're distributors for TLC. But we as the individuals are businesses. Okay? You have to think like that. You have to start thinking like that. And what you ultimately want to do is get to the point to where you don't have to be there for your business to run. All right? So anybody got any questions? If not, I'm going to hang out in the comments group for a little while. Let's see here. I don't see any questions, so I think everybody grasps what I'm saying, and definitely use this stuff, y'all. I mean, you can go back, and this, you know, this is going to be one of those topics you're going to want to go back and listen to it, you know, maybe a month or so from now, or 2 months, and you'll hear something different that you actually didn't hear during the live session. So definitely make sure you go back and listen to it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because I have a wild party to go to. You're welcome, Melanie. Thank you so much. Looks like somebody else just chimed on the line, but they're out of time because I'm out. So I'll see you guys online. Let's keep growing, keep learning. You know, take this information, you know, apply it into your business. All right, apply it into your business, and you can't help but win. All right, so outie. Y'all have a great day.